Every night, somewhere on Earth, a telescope points at the sky looking for aliens. Scientists have been doing it for over 60 years, scanning billions of stars for a signal, a light, any sign that we are not alone. They have found nothing. Not one confirmed signal, not one confirmed visitor, not one confirmed footprint, anywhere but here. And maybe that is because we have been looking in the wrong direction the entire time. What if the search already succeeded decades ago and nobody noticed because the alien wasn't hiding out there among the stars? It was standing here, looking back at the mirror. What if you, reading this sentence right now, are the alien? Here's the puzzle that has haunted scientists since the 1950s. The universe is enormous, hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy alone, and hundreds of billions of galaxies beyond that. Even a conservative estimate says life should have appeared many times over. So a physicist named Enrico Fermi asked the obvious, uncomfortable question: if the universe is that full, where is everyone? No radio signals, no probes, no visible megastructures around distant stars, just silence stretching in every direction for as long as we have been listening. Scientists call this the Fermi Paradox, and decades later nobody has solved it. But solving it might not require finding something out there at all. It might require looking a lot closer to home. Because here's a fact most people never learn in school. Scientists are not fully certain life started on Earth. There's a real, seriously studied theory called Panspermia. The idea that the raw ingredients of life, or even primitive microbial life itself, arrived here from space. Meteorites that have struck Earth carry amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, formed in the cold vacuum of space long before our planet existed. Comets carry water and organic molecules by the ton. Some scientists argue that early Earth was simply seeded, like a garden hit by windblown pollen from somewhere else entirely. If that's true, then the very first ancestor of every living thing on this planet, every animal, every plant, you included, was, technically, extraterrestrial in origin. But that's only the beginning of how strange this gets. About 2.5 billion years ago, Earth suffered what scientists now call the Great Oxidation Event, and it looked exactly like an alien invasion. A new form of life, cyanobacteria, learned to convert sunlight into energy and pump out a waste gas nobody on Earth had ever dealt with before: oxygen. To nearly every organism alive at the time, oxygen was pure poison. It rusted the oceans, wiped out the vast majority of Earth's existing life, and permanently rewrote the planet's atmosphere. One life form arrived, spread explosively, and reshaped an entire world to suit itself, killing almost everything that came before it. That is not a metaphor for an alien invasion. Biologically, mechanically, it is one. And it happened on this planet, driven by organisms already living here. Now hold that pattern in your head because it's happening again, and this time, we're the ones doing it. Look at the actual checklist scientists use to define an invasive species: rapid, explosive population growth. Spreading into every available habitat, including ones the species never evolved for. Outcompeting and displacing native life, wherever it arrives. And re-engineering the environment itself to better suit its own needs. Humans check every single box. We have spread to the Arctic, the deep ocean floor, the tops of mountains, and low orbit around the planet itself. We are currently driving what biologists openly call the 6th mass extinction in Earth's history. If a scientist saw this happening to any other species, they would not hesitate to call it exactly what it is: an invasion in progress. So picture a genuinely alien civilization, light years away, pointing their own instruments at Earth. What would give us away? At night, our cities burn bright enough to be visible from orbit, a lit-up network no natural process produces. Our radio and television broadcasts have been leaking into space for over a century, a bubble of artificial signal now more than 100 light-years wide. Our atmosphere carries a chemical signature no volcano or ocean makes on its own. A sharp, accelerating spike in carbon dioxide, plus industrial gases that exist nowhere else in nature. And buried in the rock layers forming right now is a permanent marker of plastic and concrete that will outlast our species by millions of years. To an outside observer, this is not subtle. This is a technological signature broadcasting one unmistakable message. Something changed this planet on purpose. And this is the part that flips the entire idea on its head, because the invasion isn't just something we're doing. It's something that already happened inside every one of your cells. Every complex cell in your body runs on tiny structures called mitochondria, which convert food into usable energy. Here's the strange part. Mitochondria have their own separate DNA, completely different from yours. Biologists are now near certain that mitochondria used to be free-living bacteria, a separate organism that invaded an ancient cell roughly 2 billion years ago and never left. That invasion didn't destroy the host. It merged with it, permanently, and became the engine that makes complex life possible at all. You are not just descended from an invader. You are still carrying one, alive, in every single cell, right now. And it doesn't stop there. Every plant on Earth runs on chloroplasts, the structures that capture sunlight and turn it into food, and chloroplasts have the exact same origin story. They were once free-living bacteria too, absorbed by an ancient cell in a second, separate merger. Every leaf, every blade of grass, every tree on this planet is powered by a captured invader converted into permanent infrastructure. Stack these events together, and a strange picture forms. Complex life on Earth isn't one continuous story. It's a series of invasions, each one merging in, each one changing the rules of what life could become next. We are not standing outside that pattern, studying it from a safe distance. We are its most recent, most visible chapter. Think about how a science fiction alien invasion is always written. A new arrival lands in an unfamiliar environment. It adapts fast. It outcompetes whatever was there first. Its population grows exponentially, while native life declines. And eventually, it starts terraforming, reshaping the climate, the air, the very chemistry of the world to suit its own survival. Now look back at cyanobacteria flooding the ancient oceans with oxygen. Look at mitochondria merging permanently into their host cell. Look at a species that, in roughly 10,000 years, went from a few scattered fires to reshaping the entire planet's atmosphere and climate. It is the same story, on repeat at every scale of life, for 2.5 billion years. We didn't invent this pattern. We are simply the latest, largest version of it. Now, the honest caveat, because this deserves one, nobody is claiming humans dropped out of a spaceship. This isn't a claim about ancient astronauts or secret extraterrestrial ancestry. There is zero evidence for that, and serious scientists would tell you so directly. What panspermia, endosymbiosis, and human ecological expansion actually share isn't a literal event. It's a pattern. Life, wherever and however it starts, appears to behave the same way once it gets going. It spreads, it adapts, it outcompetes, and it reshapes its surroundings to keep spreading further. That pattern doesn't require a UFO. It only requires biology doing what biology has always done, since the very first cell learned to divide. And once you see that pattern clearly, the search for alien life starts to look a little different. Because here's the real implication, and it's a useful one. If life anywhere in the universe follows this same pattern, spread, adapt, dominate, reshape, then we already know exactly what the signature of alien life would look like, because we are standing inside a perfect working example of it right now. Scientists searching for life on other worlds don't look for little green figures. They look for exactly the signs we produce ourselves. Atmospheric gases that shouldn't exist without biology, light patterns that shouldn't occur naturally, chemical shifts that only intelligent, technological life leaves behind. We are not just hoping to recognize an alien someday. We already possess in complete detail the only working blueprint anyone has ever confirmed. It's every mirror in your house. So the next time you look up and wonder if anyone else is out there, remember this. The search for alien life was never really about finding something unfamiliar. It was about recognizing something we already know intimately, because we are living proof it works. Carrying invader-turned engines in every cell, descended from ingredients that may have arrived from deep space, currently reshaping an entire planet's atmosphere in real time. We didn't need to wait for the aliens to arrive. Life on Earth has been doing this, in layers, for 2.5 billion years, and we are simply its latest and loudest chapter. Maybe the reason the sky has stayed so quiet all these years is simple. It already answered. If that changed how you think about looking up at the sky, subscribe and stay curious.